Hi and welcome to episode 20 of the Android App Review Show. No new app this week, but I will be revisiting the past 22 apps that I have reviewed so far in 19 episodes. I have a bit of a cold, so I do apologise if I'm coughing or anything, and I'm going to have to skim through quite a lot of things because I only have 10 minutes to put in these 22 apps, and so yeah, let's just dive straight in. First of all, I would like to mention that two of the apps, two of the 22 are the backup apps, My Backup Pro and the Astro File Manager I think I used as well. I won't be going back over those because I don't back up my phone anymore. The 2.1 update for the Hero is OTA, over the air, so I won't need to back the phone up. So I don't use those apps. We'll just put that out there, I just don't use those anymore. ATK, Advanced Task Killer, yes, I still use that religiously. I use it every day. Since I reviewed it though, they've had a home screen widget where you can just press a button. You can just have a little ATK little symbol that you just press, and it will get rid of the apps for you. It will kill them there and then. Places directory, no, I don't use this anymore. I found that I didn't really have a use for it. I know I live in Canterbury in the United Kingdom, and during term time because I'm a university student, and then I live North Essex when I'm back at home. I know both of these locations very well, so I just don't need the app. It's a brilliant app. If I in the summer I'm going to go on holiday up to the north of England to do a narrowboat holiday with my family, I will probably use it then. I'll re-download it and use it because I won't know the area, so it'll be come in quite handy. Dpod, that's a podcasting app. I don't use that anymore. I've got a new app called Dogcatcher. Dpod Dogcatcher just does more stuff. It's a bit better than Dpod. Local I used in conjunction with Dpod. I don't use that either. That's an app for automating services on your phone. I just found that setting the automated services up, such as like when I get into Wi-Fi signal of my house, it will start to download new shows or something from my podcaster. I just found it easy to just do it myself. It was just much more simple to just set it up and just click download on myself rather than have it automated. Copilot, yes, I still use that. It's the best navigation software that I can get on my Hero. Obviously when 2.1 comes out, I'll be able to use Google Navigator, which I'll definitely review as soon as I can get hold of that. Apparently 2.1's hitting the Hero today, so we'll see. Remote SMS, no, I don't use this anymore. That was just too fiddly. That was an app for connecting your phone to your wireless network and then logging into your phone from your computer and sending an SMS through some interface. That was just too fiddly. I don't use that anymore. Next page, ColorNote. Yes, I still use ColorNote. I don't use the desktop widget much, or the home screen widget, which is where you could put a note on the home screen. I still use the note-taking abilities, but I just don't use the home screen widget. Tweetcaster, I don't use that anymore. I did for a very long time, and it's a fantastic app. The only reason I actually moved on was because I wanted to change. I just was bored and I wanted a different app, so I went back to HTC Peep, which is the standard HTC Hero app. It comes with built-in with the Sense UI. Click Video, I don't use that anymore. I just couldn't really find a use for it. It's a good idea, but I just didn't need it. I didn't need to broadcast live from anything that I was doing. This is as much as I would have required it for recording these shows, but then I use this camera and then I edit the video on my computer, so I just didn't need it. Allsports GPS, no, I don't use that, but I would if I was serious about going running and things. It's a fantastic app, but I just couldn't justify the price. Once my review copy of it ran out that the company gave me, I didn't feel the need to download it again because I don't think I would have used it. Layer, no, I don't use that. Once again, I just didn't see it. I didn't have a use for it really. It's a really funky idea. Augmented reality is brilliant, but I just didn't require it. People could. It's a free app, so I'd still recommend downloading it. If you can find a use for it, then great. If you can't, then just scrap it. Twitter Pro, no, I don't use that. I never did use that. I just reviewed it for a company that asked me to. I think it was terribly lacking in features. especially considering you could download stuff like Tweetcaster. You could get a free version, and that does 20 times more than Twitter Pro, which you had to pay for. Gentle Alarm, no I don't, but I did use it for a long time, and the only reason I stopped using it is because I got myself a DAB clock radio, so which is a feature that Gentle Alarm doesn't supply, but it is still a fantastic app, and I would recommend it. Foursquare, yes, when I remember. If I go into a place and remember that I have Foursquare, then I'll sign in, like if I go to the pub and then I'll sign into this place. But most of the time I just forget to use it. I just completely forget that I've got it on the phone. So it doesn't serve much of a purpose, I think, is the problem. In the US it's more popular, but in the UK it really doesn't. But it's a fun game, so when I remember, I still use it. It's good to update my Twitter and Facebook pages as well, because I tie it in there, so then people can see where I am and they can come join me. Last.fm, yes, I still use it, but mainly the desktop application. I've always used the desktop application, even before I got my Android phone. I sometimes use the Android-based app to play music when I'm in the bath or shower. I'll just have it in there with me, and I can press play so I can have some music, because I like to listen to music. Stats, yes, but I have a big gripe with. I have a bone to pick with the people that makes of stats. Apparently, when it gets to, I've mentioned it in the thing as well. When it gets to the critical level of your data usage, it should cut the data. It should turn the data off. But mine didn't. I thought it was I thought to myself, I must be getting near my level soon, and it should be cutting off soon. But so I went into stats to check my usage, and I'd used 400% of my data usage, which was really frustrating. So moving on, the data counter widget, which I use in conjunction, is what I primarily go by now, and I just click the little toggle switch myself. I don't rely on automated service. Vignet camera app, yeah, I still use that. I used to use it as my default camera app, though. I don't know if I mentioned it in the show, but I was using it as my default application for taking photos. But I just found it, because you can turn the filters off, but I just found it too fiddly turning the filters off every time and then turn the filters back on every time I wanted to use filters. So I use the standard camera app that comes with the phone for photos, and then if I fancy taking a bit of a jazzy photo, one that's a bit more funky looking, I will use Vignet. Last two. TV Guide, yes, I still use TV Guide. It wasn't that long ago that I reviewed it, but I don't think I'll ever stop using it. Back at home I have Sky Plus, so the guide on Sky is very good. But here in Canterbury, where I live as a student, we have Freeview, and it's very slow. The guide is very slow. So I use my phone to use the guide on that, because it works very quickly, especially on our broadband connection, which we have in this house. It's very fast. And of course the reminders feature we don't have on the Freeview box either, so that's very handy as well. And finally, the Engadget News app. Yes, it was only last week that I used that, but I still use it. I'm addicted to Engadget News. If you listen to my podcast, the Engadget News podcast, you can find it by searching tomranson.com on iTunes. I get most of my news off of Engadget, and of course off smartphone.com. So yeah, I still use the Engadget app. And breathe. Well, that was 20 apps covered in just under 10 minutes. Next week I'll be reviewing another app from Trimble. It's called Trimble Outdoors app. They've kindly supplied me with another application to review. That's all from this week. If you're a software developer and you would like me to review an app for you, don't hesitate to get in contact with me. tom@coolsmartphone.com is my email address. You can follow this show at Review Show, I think it is, at Review Show on Twitter. You can find a group on Facebook, the Android at Review Show. If you search it on Facebook, you can find that. And thanks for watching this week. Sorry for my cold. Sorry for glossing over them quite quickly, but I don't have much time. I've been Tom Ranson from tomranson.com. This has been the Android at Review Show in association with coolsmartphone.com, and I will see you next week.